Okay, let's start. Gyanaatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Visam Sapetanyena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamayam Ladati Swapadamtikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajata Sagana Raghunatha Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitam Scha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Kavichandra Swaminiti Namine Namaste Prabhupada Artari Nama Pracharini Granta Vitarana Pritivya Shishagaine Sada Namo Vishvadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Irvishesha Shanyavadi Patsatya Deshatarine Vanchakapataru Vyashakipa Sindhu Vyayevacha Patitanam Bhagavadebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Namo Madhaya Krishna Prama Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Guratise Namaha Panchatattvamakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavatara Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakapataro Vyasaki Pasendo Vyaivacha Patitanam Pavani Vaishnaviyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So, Guru Shakti Prabhu, please can you quickly go through what we did yesterday? I trust you have your notes.
Yes, I have my notes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay, yesterday, so we started with verses 16 of chapter 10. Then Arjuna is asking Krishna on behalf of us to tell about his divine opulences. In verse 17, then he reminded us about the golden rule. That is to always think of Krishna and never forget him. Then in verse 18, then you said that the more we hear about Krishna, the more we want to hear about him. So one will tire of hearing mundane stories, but one never tires of hearing about Krishna. Then in text 19, it was noted that the impersonalists can not understand Krishna. And 20, text 20, Krishna says he's the super soul. And there you stress that one understands how the Tripuru Shah Avatara manifest themselves. So you will understand how it pervades his entire creation. Then in 21, Krishna says that of light is the radiant sun, of the stars is the moon. And 22, of the Vedas, he says, is the Sama Veda. In 23, there, you say there are 11 Rudras, and Shiva is the predominant. In 24, so Kartikeya is the general of the demigods, then is the son of Shiva. In text 27, it said that of the great sages, then is Krishna says of the great sages is Brigu. And of the vibrations is the transcendental Om. I mean, for there is a of the vibrations is Om. Now, in 26 of all trees, Krishna says is the banyan tree. Hare Krishna.
Very much, Prabhu. I always appreciate your notes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Very sure, very soon you are going to make book from this your notes. This is how people make book. Oh.
Okay.
Sometimes you will think that somebody will just sit down and start writing. No, as you are studying now, you are making notes. This is how you make a book from a book that you are reading. So it's very good. Keep your notes. Then you can develop them later and write more on them based on your understanding. It becomes your book.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay, let's continue. One minute. Now you need permission to open the database. So 1 minute, I'm coming. So we are in text number. We are going to 27, Abi. Isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji. 27 now.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Prabhu.
Okay, can you see my board?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh, yes. Vidimamrito Babam Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Chanaradipam. Krishna says, obviously it's known me to be the ocean shriver, produced during the journey of the ocean for nectar. Of lordly elephant, I am Aravita, and among men, I am the monarch. Okay, very nice here. People say, the horses know me to be ocean shriver, produced during the journey of the ocean for nectar. Of lordly elephant, I am Aravita, and among men, I am the monarch. Let's read the purpose so that we can get some clue. Then I will explain furthermore. Somebody want to read the purpose, please? Don't take time. We are not much here, so we should just read.
The devotee demigods and the demons, asuras, once took part in churning the sea. From this churning, nectar and poison were produced, and Lord Shiva drank the poison. From the nectar were produced many entities, of which there was a horse named Uchashrava. Another animal produced from the nectar was an elephant named Airavata. Because these two animals were produced from nectar, they have special significance and they are representatives of Krishna. Amongst the human beings, the king is the representative of Krishna because Krishna is the maintainer of the universe, and the kings, who are appointed on account of their godly qualifications, are maintainers of their kingdoms. Kings like Maharaj Yudhishthira, Maharaj Parikshit, and Lord Rama were all highly righteous kings who always thought of the citizens' welfare. In Vedic literature, the king is considered to be the representative of God. In this age, however, with the corruption of the principles of religion, monarchy decayed and is now finally abolished. It is to be understood that in the past, however, people were more happy under righteous kings. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for taking initiative to read. So we can see about this kind of thing about the shining of the ocean. How many of you have read the book? The Shining of the Ocean in the Bhagavad? How many of you? How many of you have read the Shining of the Ocean and the Bhagavad? Raise your hand by using your hand emoji. One of you. Oh, Krishna, you are missing the nectar. Oh, Lila Suka, you have read it. Very good. Very good. It's very nice. We have two Lila Suka here.
But with Babalanda, I'm using a Babu's phone. Yeah.
Put somebody name to your name.
I'll change it. I'll rename it.
Power. Babalanda, power. Always put your name in. Power. Okay. So thank you very much, Babalanda, for raising your hand. It's a very wonderful pastime, which people don't see. One thing about this Bhagavatam is that Bhagavatam is like a ripened mango. You don't need to start from number 1 and start going, a sequence like that to read it. It's like a mango. You can bite it from any side. It's still very juicy and very sweet. Okay? So don't wait till one day that you have to be ready, then you will read all the Bhagavatam. No. Sometimes those days will never come. Just when you hear about one particular pastime that maybe we are talking in Bhagavad Gita, we mention about pastimes, during the week, just grab the Bhagavatam and start biting that side of the mango. It's very sweet also. You can enjoy it. Because those pastimes, they are independent of their, they are independent on their own. They are not connected to any previous stories. So in every canto like that. Okay? You get me? Yamasami, is it picture you are using or is it you? Because it look like your picture, the way you put your hand like this. What are you thinking? Are you thinking of Krishna?
No, Prabhu. Sorry, I'm not.
You're not feeling well?
Yes.
Are you okay?
I'm having cold.
Your camera is bending one side. Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? Your camera is bending one side.
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
Yes,
You're
Prabhu,
sure?
just small cold due to the weather.
Oh, sorry, Okay. So like I was saying, so you can read the Journey of the Ocean. It's a very nice pastime in the Bhagavatam. Okay, I think it's in Canto 8. Is it Canto 8? Yes. Babananda, which canto is Journey of the Ocean? You say you have read it. Babananda, which canto is it?
I'm coming.
Babananda. Oh, you are going to check. You've forgotten. Hey, I don't catch it. Okay, it's in Canto 8. Okay, so Journey of the Ocean is a very nice pastime. We should read it. So, yeah, this verse is mentioned that of the elephants, Krishna is Aravata. Aravata came from the Journey of the Ocean. Okay, and Aravata, of the horses is the Oshashriva, and of the lordly elephant is Aravata. Aravata is the elephant of Indra. That is the carrier of Indra. That is what Indra ride on, Aravata. Okay, it's a very wonderful pastime. We should read it. And many other things that came out from the Journey of the Ocean. Lakshmi came out there, and all of them were dragging to get her until she selected Lord Vishnu as Narayan as her husband. Then many things came out. Poison came out. Lord Shiva drank it. Okay, to save the universe. Then from the drop of the poison that came down, all the snakes and scorpions, they got their poisons, and then many things like that. And another thing that came out is what is the name of this demigod of what is the name of this? They call it in Ayurveda. What is the name of that demigod of Ayurveda? Babananda, I say you have read it. Now remind me. What is the name of that demigod? Anybody remember? It is one who brought the nectar out from the ocean from that ocean of nectar. Okay, so many things came out from there. So, and also Krishna mentioned here of the monarch, or he's the monarch among the human beings, the king. Krishna arrangement for us, the management and Krishna arranged for us is a monarch system. But because during the before the beginning of Kali Yuga, the monarch became corrupt. So because of that, the monarch system was abolished, and now democracy is prominent on earth now. Democracy, Papa call it democracy, where people come together and select Shudra, low-class people, as their leader. And what is the repercussion of that? There will be suffering in the land. Okay. So the original system Krishna set for us was the monarch system. Righteous king from righteous family. They rule. And because they are righteous, they rule with the scripture. And because they are ruling with the scripture, their purpose is to make everyone in the land happy. So our system, the system we invented for ourselves now, the system of a Shudra system, democracy. So let's continue. Reading about the opulences of Krishna. My computer is slow, sorry. We're waiting for it. Okay, verse 28. Ayudhana maham vajram, denuna masmika maduk, rajanas asmi kandarpa, sarpana masmi vasukihi. Translation of weapons, I am the thunderbolts. Among cows, I am the Surabhi. Of causes for procreation, I am Kandarpa. And the god of love. And of serpents, I am Vasuki. I hope you all know all this. Okay, let's continue. Read the purport. Mataji, can you read? No Mataji among us today. Okay, somebody read, please.
The
Hare
thunderbolt.
Krishna. Purport. The thunderbolt,
Please.
indeed, a mighty weapon, represents Krishna's power. In Krishna Loka, in the spiritual sky, there are cows which can be milked at any time, and they give us much milk as one likes. Of course, such cows do not exist in this material world, but there is a mention of them in Krishna Loka. The Lord keeps many such cows, which are called Surabhi. It is stated that the Lord is engaged in helping the Surabhi cows. Kandarpa is the sex desire for presenting good sounds. Therefore, Kandarpa is the representative of Krishna. Sometimes sex is engaged in only for sense gratification. Such a sex does not represent Krishna, but sex for the generation of good children is called Kandarpa and represents Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Of my fan entering the voice, were you hearing the noise of the fan? Before?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, just off the fan, it's too noisy here. Anastashasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrinama chasmi yama samayamata yama sayamatamaham. Of the many wooded nagas, I am Ananta, and among the aquatics, I am the demigod Varuna. Of the petted ancestors, I am Ayama, and among the dispenser of law, I am Yama. the Lord of Deaths. Okay. Somebody want to read?
Yes, Hare
Papa.
Krishna.
Okay.
Okay, Mataji, continue now.
Papa. Among the many hooded Naga serpents, Ananta is the greatest, as is the demigod Varuna among the aquatics. They both represent Krishna. There is also a planet of Pita's ancestors, presided over by Aryama, who represents Krishna. There are many living entities who give punishment to the miscreants, and among them Yama is the chief. Yama is situated in a planet near this earthly planet. After death, those who are very sinful are taken there, and Yama arranges different kinds of punishment for them. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu, you are muted though.
Sorry. You are not hearing me. Oh, sorry. Among the deities, demons, I am the devoted Prahlad. Among subduer, I am time. Among beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuda. Now, do you all know why lion is considered to be the king of the forest? Not because he's more powerful. Actually, there's some animal in the forest that can even deal with a lion.
Oh.
You don't know?
No,
There's so
sir.
many animals in the forest that can
No
deal with the
problem.
lion.
No problem.
There's so many. You don't know?
No, Prabhuji.
You should go and watch a Geo Life. Every animal have their defensive system. When they use it to attack the lion self will die. There's this particular is it buffalo? Is it buffalo? Or there's another one like that. Rhino. Rhinoceros. The one that used to have on in the front like this. His skin is very thick. Even the bite of lion cannot enter self. So if you use that is on to eat lion like this, shoot the lion like this, lion will go and die. There is another one also. Is it buffalo? The forest buffalo. They have on like this. When the lion want to attack them like this, they turn the horn like this and use it to shock the lion. But you know why lion is considered to be the king of the forest? Even there are so many other animals that are more powerful than them. Elephant, even ordinary elephant can kill. Even ordinary elephant can kill lion. We just use that in mouth to throw the lion like this, and use that in stalks to shoot him like this. The lion cannot do any. Even the bite of the lion cannot even enter the body of an elephant. The skin is so thick. Then the lion will just, the elephant will just do like that. But the reason why lion is considered to be the king of the forest is lion is confident. It's very confident animal. Other animals, they cannot walk alone in the forest. They don't bond them well. Nah, they don't bond. I hope you understand what they mean by they don't bond them well. That Nigerian broken English. They don't bond them well. They cannot walk alone. They always walk in parks or they walk together with family like that. Jackals, all these animals, what do you call them? Wolves. They cannot walk alone. They walk in parks. Only lion is the only animal in the forest that can walk alone without fear. Very confident. And he walk alone majestically, like this. You know? He's not afraid of any animal. That is why he's considered to be the king. So naturally, all the other animals, they respect the lion because of his confidence in the forest. So a lion is very, very confident. So he's the king of, that's why he's considered to be the king of all the animals. Very confident. He's not scared of any animal. That is why they say a lion, there's this natural, this example they used to give about leadership. How do you call the group of sheep? I've forgotten their names. All different, they have their, what they call them.
Group of sheep, I think flock, something like, yeah.
Okay, is it flock? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whether it's flock, okay. So they say a flock of sheep headed by a lion can defeat a pack of a lion headed by sheep or something like that.
Yeah.
You get the point?
Yeah.
It's an example, leadership example. If your leader is a sheep, even though all of you, if you're a lion, you start doubting your own confidence. Because the sheep have no confidence. No, the sheep will be, it cannot lead. The sheep will just be thinking, it'll be scared of the lion. Because the lion is very confident. So if the lion is leaving the flock of the sheep, the sheep also, they develop confidence. They say, oh, okay, yes, we can fight. So lion is considered to be the king of the beasts because of their confidence. They're very confident animal. And Prahlad Krishna is Prahlad in the family of the deities, the demons, the descendant of the demons. And Krishna, among the birds, Krishna says, I am Garuda. I hope all of you know who's Garuda. Who's Garuda?
The bird carrier.
The carrier of Lord Vishnu.
Thank you. Somebody read just continue to and read the purport as you don't open your mouth. Stephen Govinda, continue. Your mic is open already.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
So, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10:30, text, purport. Diti and Aditi are two sisters. The sons of Aditi are called Adityas, and the sons of Diti are called Dityas. All the Adityas are devotees of the Lord, and all the Dityas are atheistic. Although Prahlad was born in the family of the Dityas, he was a great devotee from his childhood. Because of his devotional service and godly nature, he is considered to be a representative of Krishna. There are many subduing principles, but time wears down all things in the material universe, and so represents Krishna. Of the many animals, the lion is the most powerful and ferocious, and of the million varieties of birds, Garuda, the bearer of Lord Vishnu, is the greatest. Hare Krishna.
So yeah, he said there are many subdued principles, but time wears down all things in the universe. So Krishna is time in this universe. So Krishna, when you remember time, you remember Krishna. Because with time, it's just a matter of time. 100 years will come and all of us will disappear. They will only be hearing, oh, there was one devotee, his name is Lila Suka. He was in Kumasi. Or where are you coming? Where are you? Or Bhavananda, his name is Bhavananda. He was a Nastika Brahmachari, he became a science. And he started preaching in West Africa. All these things will come in history after 100 years. Because 100 years to now, most of us will not be on this planet. All of us will not be on this planet again. 100 years to now, we'll not be here again. So time takes everything away. Time is very, very powerful. Very powerful. So that is Krishna. Krishna is controlling everything in this universe in the form of time. Matter of time you grow old, matter of time you disappear. Matter of time you appear again. Okay? So we should always remember, whenever you see time or you remember time, you remember Krishna. All these things for you to always to remember Krishna. That is why Krishna is telling Arjuna his opulences. So that we can know that time is Krishna, lion is Krishna. Whenever you see lion, you just remember Krishna. Krishna said, of the beast I am lion. Wow, Hare Krishna. Like that. Okay, 31. Pavanam Pavatam Asmi Rama Shastra Vritamaham Jasana Makara Shasmi Shruta Samasmi Janavi. Translation. Of purifier I am the wind, of the wielder of weapons I am Rama, of fishes I am shark, and of flowing rivers I am Ganges. Please read.
Translation. Of all the aquatic, the shark is one of the biggest and is certainly the most dangerous to man. Thus, the shark represents Krishna. Yeah.
Okay. So that is why we are Stephen Govida Prabhu. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Well, I'm glad we came across this particular verse. I think about a month ago, there was this Shiksha guru who was preaching and was like, the Ganges is the most holy, like it's the most purest water in the universe. And also when we read Sri Ishopanishad or Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instructions, we read that the Radha Kund is the most holiest. So I had wanted to challenge him that Radha Kund come before Ganges, because Radha Kund is a combination of Ganges and all the holy rivers. But here Krishna again have confirmed that among the flowing rivers, I am the Ganges. So I would like to know the connection between Ganges and Radha Kund. Which one is the most holiest or the most purified? Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for not challenging your Shisha Guru. You will have gone to hell. Don't challenge your senior, please. Okay? Yeah, it's not because maybe it's a very senior devotee must have heard of some of these things and maybe read them also, and then he's trying to explain. So maybe you may not understand at that time, but then when you come to class like this, you can always clarify, but don't challenge him, okay? It's good that you didn't do that. Thank you for not doing that, okay? So Radha Kunda means lake, okay? So Radha Kund is a lake. Yeah, Krishna is talking about rivers, okay? So I hope you know the difference between lake and rivers. River. You know the difference between lake and river?
Yes, please. Lake is at one stagnant at one side, and river flows.
Thank you very much. So Radha Kund is a lake, okay? And here Krishna is saying is a river of the rivers. That's whatever flowing river or flowing water is Ganges. So all the rivers in this universe, Krishna is telling us Ganges represents him. So Ganges is the most purest river. That is why India is the most special tract of land, because River Ganges flows on that land. Are you hearing me? And one thing that is, see, there is no Indian man here, so let us talk. Let me tell you the truth. And many of you don't understand. So there's nothing like, okay, particular race, or there's no any Indian here, so to speak, okay, I'm glorifying him. Because River Ganges flow in the river, River Ganges is a very pure river, very pure. If you take the water from the River Ganges, even if the water look very muddy and you keep it on the ground, the water will settle down. All the dust will separate from the water. You can see the water clean, crystal clean. If you take it to laboratory, you will see that it's 100%. Devotees have done it. So I'm telling you, there are many devotees in Mayapur. They don't drink any other water but River Ganges. They'll put it down, it will settle, and they'll start drinking it. And they never have any typhoid or whatever problem that we get when we drink all the river that is flowing in our backyard. Okay? So River Ganges, because River Ganges flows on that tract of land called India from the Himalayas. I hope you remember Krishna said of all the mountains also is Himalaya. I hope you remember that one. So River Ganges from Himalayas, it flowed down to the ocean. The empty is connected to the ocean. You know why? Because in the Himalayas, the peak of Himalayas is Everest, which is Nepal. So in Himalayas, there is a link to heavenly planet. There's a connection in Himalayas to heavenly planet. That is why there's some, when you go to Himalayas, you will see different kind of sages. Those who are no more in this world, they have attained samadhi. When you talk about samadhi, you cannot, in the city you go around, you will not see such people. But when you go to Himalaya, you see, when you talk about samadhi, those yogis who have attained samadhi, they are in trance, they are no more in this world. You will find them in Himalayas. They only come once in every 12 years when there is Kumbh Mela. And when they will come out, you will see them, they move around naked. They are not disturbed by anything in this world. They move around naked. Some of them will tie stone. They will tie stone, every stone, with rope to their brocos to tell you that there is not useful. That is useless to them. They will tie stone to it. You will see they will be carrying around like this. This is a useless thing for them. So, because that thing is what is binding us to this universe, to this world, is what is binding us. So they will tie stone to it and show you that this thing is useless. So those, they call them Naga Baba. They come every once in 12 years. So they stay in that Himalayas. So Himalayas is a very special place. So River Ganges, so when you trace River Ganges to Himalayas, you will see a place. At a particular point, you will not see where the water is coming out from, because it is mentioned in the scripture that the river is coming from the heavenly planet. So there is a connection between the Himalayas, part of the Himalayas, with the heavenly planet. That is why when Arjuna wanted to go to heavenly planet to meet his father, Indra, he went to the route of Himalayas. That is why when the Pandavas also were going back home, they want to go back to leave this world, they also go to the Himalayas. So Himalayas is a very special place. So what I'm saying is that then the River Ganges flow from Himalayas and it passes through the India, that tract of land called India, that River Ganges. So anybody who is living around that River Ganges, generally they are very pure souls. Because the river, just taking birth in that river, they become purified. And anybody who is living around that river called River Ganges, they try as much as possible to live a pure life. Most of them who are following the Vedic scripture. You will see some of them, they are very strict about their food. They don't eat meat, they don't eat fish, they don't eat onion, they don't eat garlic, they don't eat all these things. That they eat food that are in the mode of goodness. That is why Krishna will never come in Africa, or Krishna will never come in Europe. Krishna will never appear in America. Krishna will only appear in that area that is very close to River Ganges, where people live a pure life. Are you getting my point? Because those people who live on that tract of land, they try to live a pure life. They follow the Vedas. So even in the future, Krishna will never appear in Africa, where they are eating meat and chewing chicken and doing all those things. He will never appear in that family. You know, he will never. Or go and appear in America, where they don't know what is right and what is wrong. Everybody is moving around with bomb shots. He will never appear in that tract of land. Or appear in Europe, where they don't know, everybody is eating nonsense. No. But in that tract of land called India, where River Ganges flows, there are people who live around that river. And some of them have even taken vow that they will never step their leg out of that around of that river. They will never go outside that country. Some of them are taking that vow. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that is why India is a very special place. And Krishna always appears in that tract of land. Okay? And that is it. That is why Krishna says, of all the rivers, I'm River Ganges. So don't ever think that because Krishna appears in India, it's Indian God. No. It's because in that tract of land, people always follow the Vedic culture, especially where the River Ganges flows. It's a very pure place. And River Jamuna, these rivers. So, and the people who live around that area, they always follow the Vedic culture. The Vedic culture used to be the universal culture. But as you know, the ages as the ages progress, many of these culture were lost, okay? And many people were not following this culture, okay? So, but in that place where the River Ganges flows, people always adhere to this culture. They always preserve this culture. That is why even though the British tried to break them, rule them for hundreds of years, they could not break them. They could not take this culture from them because they are very strict and very strong in following that culture. And that is why even in the future, when Kaki will appear, it will still appear in India, not in Africa. Okay? Even though Krishna is a blackish boy, he will never appear in Africa. We are not worrying ourselves. Okay? He will always appear where River Ganges and River Jamuna flows. Okay? That is it. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that why Krishna is saying it's River Ganges, because River Ganges is a very, very pure river that descends from the heavenly planets. Okay? And wash the feet of Krishna. Any comment, question? I'm just trying to clear the doubts and say something. Some people think that Krishna is Indian God. No, Krishna is not Indian God. Okay? But that tract of land happens to be called India. It's a special place. And it has a connection to heavenly planets. Actually, when you are falling directly from the heavenly planet, most of the time you land in India. Boom, before you start going up to the other part of the world. Okay, somebody was raising his hand. And who was that?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to ask.
No, you hey, Babananda, wait. You didn't raise up your hand. Ananga Moini, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Jamasami, go ahead, please. Thank you.
Just like you've explained to us now, and the fact that we are devotees, you just said it now, Krishna is not an Indian god. So for the Kamis out there, most of them, they are acquainted with Bollywood movies, Indian movies like that.
Yes.
So
yes,
they know about Krishna, so they know Krishna is from India like that. So how do we make them understand that Krishna is not an Indian god, he's God? How do we make them understand?
Yeah. That's why we are studying this Bhagavad Gita, no? All this thing we are reading. You see, Krishna say, Krishna is describing his opulences here. Those opulences that Krishna is describing, they are not pertaining to India. Some of them you find them in your country. They say like lion. Lion is in Nigeria, no? Is lion not in Nigeria? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, or everywhere in the world. So Krishna said, of all the beasts, I am lion. Then, is he talking about India? He's not talking about India. You understand? But the thing that is there is that one problem about India movies is that you see those movies, the Bollywood people, some of them, they are not religious people. Okay? So when they are portraying the religious aspect of India, they are just using it as a movie. They're not doing it to portray Krishna as God. Okay? They're just, sometimes they are just using it as somebody is praying to one of the gods. Because some of them, if they don't even know about the different actors, they don't know who is who. They just believe in, okay, we have so many gods. You know, there are in India, they believe, oh, all the gods are okay. That is why when you go to the Hindu Mandir or Pangrove there, you will see all of them. Proper call it the supermarket of gods. They don't know the difference. So anybody who comes to the supermarket will get his, if you want to buy tomato, you want to buy pepper, you want to buy ice cream, you want to buy rice. When you go to supermarket, you'll get it, no? So it's the same thing also, the Indians, they don't know who is who among all the deities. So they put all the deities together. So let everybody come and buy the one he wants to buy. So many of the Indians are like that. Many of them generally. They don't know Krishna. They don't know the supremacy of Krishna. Only very few of them, only very few, knows the supremacy of Krishna. And many of them believe that Lord Shiva is God, is the supreme. Okay? So many of them believe also that Devi, Durga, is the supreme. So those people who are in that kind of understanding, how do they portray Krishna as the supreme in their movie? You understand what I mean? So we are the one who will explain to them that just like in even in Africa also, they believe in so many deities also. Ogun, Shango, Oya, Oshun. They believe in so many deities, but still, they still believe that there's Olorun Oledumare. You understand? Even though they believe in all these deities, they still believe, even in Wari or in Benin or in Benin, even though they believe in so many other deities, they still know that there's one God called Ogene or Sanobua. They still know, even though they believe in other small deities. You understand what I mean? So Krishna is like that. So Krishna is the supreme of all the other deities that they depict in that whatever in their movie. So you can explain to people like that. Just like Krishna is talking here, you can quote Bhagavad Gita to them. Krishna say, Am Sarvasya Prabhava, Mata Sarva Prabhatate. We already read it. Who can remember what verse is that? Am Sarvasya Prabhava. Who can remember? Don't go and search. Am Sarvasya Prabhava. Krishna says
10:8.
10:8. Clap for Shukuraja Prabhu. Everybody clap for him. I'm not seeing the hands. Yes. 10:8. Krishna says, Am Sarvasya Prabhava. I am the source of all the material and the spiritual. So that is the difference. Krishna is the supreme God. It makes it very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Also, Lord Brahma, you can tell them also, Lord Brahma, who is the creator of this universe. Krishna is the supreme God. He doesn't create. He's the supreme enjoyer. He appoints people to do the other work for him, especially, for example, the work of creation. So the name of the creator is called Brahma. You explain to them. Even Lord Brahma confirms that Krishna, Ishwara Parama Krishna, Sakchidananda Vigraha, Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarvakarana Karana. So Lord Brahma also, who is Krishna has given the service of creation, he also is telling that Krishna, although Ishwara Parama Krishna, there are so many Ishwaras. Ishwara Parama Krishna, even though there are so many Ishwaras, there are so many controllers, okay? But Krishna is Parama, Krishna is supreme, and his name is Krishna. Sakchidananda Vigraha. He doesn't have material body like me and you. His body is spiritual, eternal. It's made of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Okay, and it's a form. He has a form. And he said, Anadi Radi Govinda. Anadi Adi Govinda. Anadi is beginningless. Adi is the origin of all. Even though it's beginningless, is the origin of all. And Sarva Karana Karana is the prime cause of all causes. So Lord Brahma is talking about Krishna like this. So you tell them, so the Brahma, who is the creator of this universe, this is how he's describing about Krishna. And that is why we take Krishna to be the supreme God, okay? Because even Lord Shiva also glorified Krishna, okay? And other demigods like that, okay? So you can try to convince them and explain to them like that, that also we worship the supreme God. His name is Krishna. And, is a God of all gods and is the Lord of lords. And okay, even Lord Jesus Christ went to India to go and see Krishna himself. Tell them also, they do sometimes they don't know. Okay, because see in the Bible, when Jesus appeared in the Bible, three wise men came to him. How did the three wise men know that Jesus was born? How did they know that Jesus was born? Because they were astrologers from India. Okay? They got the information from the astrologer from India, astrology from. So they came, as it was mentioned, that they were from the east, far east. Actually, they were not only from India, they came from different parts, but few of, I think maybe one or two of them from came from the east, like the far east, India. So they came to give gifts. We only heard about the gift they gave them. We don't even know what they talk about. Nobody had that detailed information, what they talk about. That is why when Jesus grew up, when he got to 12 years, he has to trace them back. He went to the Far East to find out these people. And that is why he went to the Himalayas, he went to Tibet, he stayed in the ashram of the Buddhists, he went to Jagannath Puri. They still have his record that he visited Jagannath Puri. Actually, he was criticizing the Brahmanas in Jagannath Puri because they didn't allow him to enter, just like today also. So Jesus Christ was very heavy on them also. So all these records are there, okay? So all these things, so Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And Jesus was always talking about that his father, Krishna. Why did he have to go to India of all places? Why he didn't go to start coming to Africa? You understand? So there's something there. And that is what we are learning today, okay?
Yes, Prophet.
If you want to know about God, you have to go to India. Because, when you go to the Himalayas and you see the sages, then you will know that truly these people know about God. When you see the sages, you understand. They've abandoned everything, focus on realizing themselves, the soul. Where is this knowledge coming from? From the Vedas. Where is the Vedas? Presently is now in India. Okay, it's, part of so like that. So this is to tell you that although India is where we are getting the Vedas from, but the knowledge is universal knowledge. It's not Indian knowledge. Okay, that's why it's called the Vedas. Vedas means knowledge. Okay, any other comment or contribution? Okay, let's continue. River Ganges took us very far. We are talking about River Ganges since. Yes. Apamefuna Matthias Ugu.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Your name is very long.
Yeah, Approval Das.
Okay, Approval Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Then there's a issue. Prabhupada raised an issue in the Sri Upanishad. It was describing the introduction. It was saying that all knowledge is Vedas, is Vedic or something like that. So now, at what point can we say the Vedic knowledge we are following? At what point do we say it is spiritual? Because spiritual and transcendental. As per what that the explanation Prabhupada gave there, it was very elaborate when he was convincing his audience concerning the Vedas. So telling them every knowledge is Vedic. So I want to know the point, at what point we now claim it, because in the Western world, they always look at Vedic knowledge and Vedic literature as something that belongs to India and belongs to maybe the Vaishnavas or the Hindu, stuff like that. So they distance themselves, their own knowledge from Vedic knowledge. So I want you to react to that expression.
Okay, thank you very much, Babu. I will not say I disagree with you that they always distance themselves from Vedic knowledge. I will not say I disagree with you because it's not completely all the
No,
European.
excuse me, probably. Sorry, sorry to cut in. What I'm saying is that they are not. They
I'm hearing you.
don't claim it. They don't domesticate it as in becoming a part and parcel of their own kind of knowledge. What they give us as in material knowledge. So they don't emphasize. It's not like the distance. Some of them, very few of them who are highly learned, may know personally. Okay.
Let me explain. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, bro.
Yeah, thank you. You see, America was, when you read the history of the world, America was populated by what they call them Red Indians. Okay? Is it the indigenous of America where they call it Red Indians? Okay? So the whole universe is following Vedic culture before. Even they have made some research, and they find out from India, no, from Sri Lanka, there is a tunnel from Sri Lanka to Brazil, where Ravana was going to take gold from Brazil and bring it to Sri Lanka. There is a tunnel under the sea that linked to Sri Lanka from Brazil. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that the people who populated America now, they are people from all over the world, especially the Europeans. They are the one who populated America. So when you're talking about America as a Western world, you're talking about Europeans in America, and now African also have become part of it. All the part of the world, Chinese also, we have Chinese America, we have Japanese America, we have all the parts. So America is the no man's land where everybody came together. The Europeans, when they got to America, they eliminated the people who were there and they claimed the land like that. So the point I'm trying to bring from this is that the real Europeans, where they were before, proper mentioned that they are Aryans also. When you read, which purport we read in is it chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita? Prabhupada said the Europeans, they're Aryans, means that they know the Vedas. Okay? Philosophers like Aristotle, Socrates, and many of these European philosophers who people are really following, whether they are in America or whatever, all of them, they are studying the philosophy of all these great philosophers of the past. Aristotle, Socrates, and many of them like that. All of these people, they also study the Vedas because they are part of, India is very close to them at that time. So they search knowledge to all lengths, even to India. Okay, so you will see some of them, they select the knowledge in which they want to postulate, the philosophy they want to postulate, They just like we are reading Bhagavad Gita now. So you may decide, okay, I like this part of knowledge. This one, I don't want to talk so much about it. So you focus on one particular, because in Bhagavad Gita, we have 5 topics. You have God, you have time, you have the living entity. So you may say, okay, I want to take this, I don't want to take this. So many of the philosophers were like that. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that, let me come to your point of the Vedas. Why Prabhupada say all knowledge is the Vedas. So what I'm trying to say is that what Prabhupada meant is like this, very simple. All the knowledge in this world is Veda, because Veda, in the word Veda itself means knowledge. So any knowledge is considered to be Veda because every knowledge somehow or the other leads, we are Prabhupada also in Sri Upanishad, just like you are quoting. There are 2 kinds of knowledge. We have Vidya and Avidya. Okay, Vidya and Avidya. So when we say Vidya, means knowledge that is that's connected to the soul and God. But Avidya means material knowledge. Avidya, which is also important for us to live in this material world. So we will see even in the Sri Upanishad, it mentioned there that the 2 knowledge, Vidya and Avidya, has to be side by side. Okay, so my point now, what I'm trying to derive in is that actually when Prabhupada say knowledge, all knowledge is Veda, is like this. The knowledge of how to make cars, is it not the same universally? I'm asking the question now. The knowledge of how to make cars.
It is.
Very good. The knowledge of how to make plane, is it not the same universally?
It is.
So that is why Prabhupada say all knowledge is Vedas. Because why? Any knowledge that is talking about God, Whether it's in the Western world, is everything in the Eastern world, the principle is always the same. They are coming from the same source. Sometimes it has been watered down, but still they are coming from original source, one source, all knowledge. That is why Prabhupada says all knowledge is Veda. And that is why you see in the Bhagavad Purana, even Jesus Christ was predicted. Prophet Muhammad was predicted in Bhagavad Purana. When you read Bhagavad Purana, it is mentioned in that book that actually the way they describe the follower of Muhammad, you will laugh. I don't want to talk about it. And Jesus also, you know, it is actually mentioned in, okay, let me say it. So it is mentioned in that part of the scripture that those people, that is Jesus and Muhammad, they will come to preach to meat eaters. Okay? So the knowledge they are going to propagate is for those who are addicted to meat eating. And for Muhammad, the place where he's going to preach, there are people who are very promiscuous. You know, they have sex with their sister, they have sex with their mother, they have sex with anything that they can have sex with. And that is why when Prophet Muhammad came, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he told them, why doing all these abominable things? Marry as many as you can. Take 2, 3, 4, 5. Just as long as you can take care of them. Marry them. Stop this abominable thing of having sex here, you know, with your mother, sister, and all those things. So they came for a purpose, and their knowledge is for a particular class of people. Okay? On the particular level of consciousness. Okay? And this knowledge we are talking about, this Bhagavad Gita, is for a particular class of people also. Okay? That is why it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 that this knowledge is evam paramparam pramta imam rajarisha yo viduhu. This knowledge is for saintly kings. It's not for general class of people. But now Prabhupada has made it for everyone. So we should thank Prabhupada. Okay? But this kind of knowledge is for saintly kings to rule the world. Okay? So I don't know, am I able to answer your question, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you very much. You did justice to it.
Thank you. Gora Shakti Prabhu, please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Then, according to what you have just said about the coming of Jesus and Muhammad, okay, I can notice that Muhammad gave some remedy because it came from some purpose. Those who had sex even with their sisters and all that. So he said that they should have 4 wives and then try to put aside or to abandon such kind of way. Then for Jesus who came for meat eaters, okay, concretely, which remedy did he give to them? Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
No, see, Arab are completely different from the Israelites, okay? It's 2 different people, okay? I was talking about Arabians, the way they live their life. That's why I said, I just gave that as an example. Doesn't mean that that is what he came for only, okay? He came there to elevate them from the level of consciousness, the way they were, you know, just all these countries were just like Africa also, where people worship lower gods, different deities. Okay, they worship lower gods, like in Africa, they worship Ogun, they worship Oya, these deities, they are very powerful, but they are not the supreme God. But because people want immediate benefit of material things, they worship all these lower deities. So the same thing also happened in this tract of land of Israel and in the Arabians. You know, they were worshiping all their lower small gods also. So when this powerful personality, Shakti Avesh, when they came, like Muhammad also, so he told them not to worship all this, they should not worship idol. So that's how this mentality of not worshiping idol came. Okay? It said they should not worship idol, they should pray like this. You know, why do they have to wash their hand and wash their nose, all their holes of their body, and wash their feet before they pray? Because in that tract of land, there's no water. It's a desert. So any water they get, they have to manage it. They cannot bath. So that is why we don't need to wash our nose, we don't need to wash our mouth and wash our ears and wash our leg. We just go into the bathroom and take bath and go and do our prayers. Okay. So all these things are due to time, place, and circumstances. What is prominent in that at that time? So when these people come, they preach to the people based on the mentality of the people they around that time. You see, even in Jesus Christ's time, you see the people were very, very offensive to him. Even the government, those who are leader of the people, they didn't believe that is the Messiah who has come. They didn't want, if you see how they torture him, they beat him because they don't believe that is the Messiah who has come. You understand? But still, Jesus was trying to preach to his followers to combat them. Who are the followers of Jesus? Among all the followers of Jesus, only one of them is an educated person. Who is that? Who can tell me?
It says Matthew.
Matthew is the educated one, Abi?
Yes, he was a doctor. Matthew,
yeah, I know,
Matthew was a doctor.
I know you are a Bible scholar. That's why I know, so you quickly tell me. Thank you.
What about Mark?
Many of other disciples, many of them were fishermen, carpenters, and other many works, okay? So he could not teach them big philosophies, okay? He was just teaching them of, simple, do good, be nice to your neighbors, and all those kind of moral codes on how to, just bring their consciousness up, okay? So all those philosophy of no eating meat, no fish, he cannot teach it to them. He's trying to bring them up. Even Jesus himself, it was mentioned in the Bible that this child will appear, honey and comb will be his food so that he can differentiate good from evil. It's mentioned there in the Bible. So what I'm trying to say is that these preachers, they come and they preach according to time, place, and circumstances. Okay?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
There's nothing like a particular thing like Jesus Christ. I know what you are trying to get is that you want to know whether Jesus Christ said they should marry only one wife. I don't know about that.
Okay. What I wanted to know is, okay, Jesus Christ, do they tell them to give up eating meat? That's what I would like to know.
Okay. Jesus Christ he didn't preach about that.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhupada.
He didn't preach about not eating meat. He didn't preach about food. He didn't preach about food to them. Okay. He just tried to teach them about what we really call it, religious behavior, how to be good to your neighbors, how to be nice, okay, how to pray to God, our Father who art in heaven, just trying to bring them to a level of God consciousness. Yeah. Okay. So he did tell them about the principle of eating. That is why when they brought bread and fish to him, he multiplied it for them because that is the food in that area also. Okay. So the thing that is here is that, let me tell you why we are following what we are following. Because if you don't know why you are following what you are following, you will not do it well. Okay. See, for you to understand God, for you to see God, you have to become pure. Okay? If you want to see God, you want to understand God, you want to enter into the knowledge of God, you have to become pure. You have to come to the level of purity. Okay? And for you to come to the level of purity, what you eat is very, very important. Okay? So, like Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, he took his time in Bhagavad Gita to explain there are 3 kinds of food. The food in the mode of goodness, the food in the mode of passion, and the food in the mode of ignorance. So if you want to understand God, you have to come to the mode of goodness. So you have to go to Bhagavad Gita and follow what Krishna said we should eat in the mode of food, in the mode of goodness. Yes. So Prabhupada gave us these principles so that we can live a pure life. Krishna Prabhupada said, meat eater cannot understand God. That is why you see, go into the word, Prabhu. Go into the world. Many people don't know the God they are serving. They don't know.
Yes.
They want to put, they don't even know his form. They don't know his shape. They don't even know his associates.
Yes.
How can you go to where you don't know the person you are going to meet?
No.
They believe that God is, they know that God is a spirit, but they tell you that spirit has no form. So you want to go to that kingdom where the spirit is, he has no form, and you become the form there. Just, hodgepodge. People don't really know what they don't know. They don't have clear understanding about who God is.
Yes.
That is why Srila Prabhupada gave us this knowledge, very precious knowledge about who God is, what is about, where his abode is, why is that his associates, how we can connect with him, how we can follow those associates to be able to relate and go back to his kingdom.
Okay. I see.
This knowledge is meant for high-class people. I'm sorry to say, even though we are getting this high-class knowledge, our behavior is not high-class devotees. Our knowledge is very high, but our behavior is not matching with our knowledge. So as a devotee, we still have to work more, because those people we are calling, even now we talk about the Christian and the Muslim, we say their knowledge is not very high, okay, but their behavior is very wonderful. They don't have knowledge of the form of God, but they are very personal the way they relate with each other. When we have knowledge of God as a person, but we're very impersonal to each other.
I see.
Are you understanding my point?
Yes, Prabhuji, I understand it. So
that is why we have to work on ourselves more and more.
Okay.
We have high knowledge, but practice is very low.
No. Yeah.
So we have to, in the Bhagavad Gita, we are going to come across all the good qualities. When we get to chapter 12, we will start reading. Krishna says, when you have this quality, when you have this one, you become dear to me. We have to practically start practicing those qualities in our life, practically. Not just reading them. You pick, we should not be angry. Pick it. No matter what, don't be angry with anyone. Calm yourself down. Whenever somebody makes you angry, say calm down. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Calm down. Nobody is going to die if you don't become angry.
Okay.
Just calm yourself down. Don't become angry. Krishna said we should not become angry.
Okay.
Krishna said we should tolerate pain and pleasure. Pain and pleasure. Whenever you have any pain, tolerate. Whenever there's any pleasure, don't show it too much. Calm down. Calm down. Breathe in and out. Out. In, out. Calm down. So we have to practice these things practically in our life. All this knowledge that we are given, not just reading them and making sure that we have high knowledge. We are not practicing.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Your hand is up. I hope your hand is not paining you.
Hare Krishna. Yes, this is a comment. Actually, this is a comment.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
So, concerning the meat eating, His Grace Guru Shakti was asking in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is this book called The Aquarium Gospel of Jesus the Christ. It talks a lot about the lifestyle of Jesus. So if you have time, you can go into it. There's so much information about Jesus in that book, which never appeared in the Bible. And also concerning the meat eating, the Bible condemns it. It's in somewhere in Exodus.
No. See, Stephen, if it's to buttress all these points about the Bible, I think we should leave it for another day because we have 30 minutes more. So just round up your talk. Because if you want to talk about the Bible talk, it's very long, you understand?
Long, yes. So I wanted to just clarify that the Bible complements the Vedas. So the Bible also talks against the meat eating. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yeah. No, see, not all, you see, the thing that is here is that that particular scripture, even though it talks about it, we because we are looking for what to pick to talk against it, we will find it there because it's a scripture. Still, there's still some places also where they are encouraged. So even in the Vedas, there are people who are encouraged to eat meat. It is mentioned, if you want to eat meat, you perform the jagya on a full moonlight, you offer it to Goddess Kali, and this, and you eat it. So it's not like everyday thing in the Vedas. Okay, every day you just go buy in a slaughterhouse and eat. No. Even there is a procedure to do that if you want to do that in the Vedas. But it is for those who are in the mode of ignorance. If you want to understand God, you have to come to the mode of goodness. So when you want to come to the mode of goodness, what you eat is very, very important. You have to select what you eat. That is why you see, when I was mentioning that time, why Krishna has to come in India. The Brahmanas in India, the real Brahmana, I'm not talking about quack or fake Brahmanas. The real Brahmanas who are really following the scripture, they cannot eat in anywhere. They only eat in their house or in their houses like that. Or they can, if they want to eat outside their house, they eat only in another qualified high-class Brahmana like them. Are you getting my point? So that is how how strict they are. When you read the scripture, you will find sometime it is mentioned there. Time when he was traveling, was very careful about where he eat and all that. And when you read other devotees also, it's like that. So what you eat affects your consciousness. So when you go and buy rice in the restaurant and you remove the meat, you are not doing anybody, you are doing yourself. Because removing the meat doesn't make it vegetarian. Because some people will say, Madam, I'm not eating meat. Please remove the meat. Just serve me the soup. It's still the same thing. The person who cook it is the same. Okay. So we have to understand that whatever we eat, there's this general saying in English, you are what you eat. Okay, so we don't need to go to other scripture to emphasize on this point. I just want to leave it here. So that's why I stop you. Sorry for that. Let's continue on our Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Any other question?
Hi, Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Regarding the last text we read, they said a fall purifier, that he is the wind. So
Yeah.
that I just noticed that now that air is also a purifying agent. Is this
Very
this
one, a
correct?
big one, sir. Big one, yeah.
Oh.
That is why in those days, when people sometimes if they don't wash their clothes, they will just blow it in the air. It become purified also. It's a purifying agent, yeah. Yeah. Air, fire, water. These are purifying agents.
Okay.
Like fire also is a purifying agent. Water also, that's why we use water. What of all the purifying agents, only water we can use. Can you use fire to purify your hand?
No.
You cannot use fire. Or can you catch the wind to purify your hand?
No.
No. So only water you can use. So all these elements they are purifying also.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Right. Sarganam adi antascha madhyam chaivaham arjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vada pravadatamaham. Of all creations, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle. Can you notice that Krishna is saying this not first time now? He's saying the second time, isn't it? I hope you remember.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, Arjuna, of all
Yes,
sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self. And among logicians, I am conclusive truth. Okay. Purpose. Somebody want to read?
Yes, I want to read.
Yeah, please read, Pablo.
Purpose. Among the created manifestations, the first is the creation of the total material element. As explained before, the cosmic manifestation is created and conducted by Mahavishnu, Gavadakashai Vishnu, and Shirodakashai Vishnu. And then again, it is annihilated by Lord Shiva. Brahma is a secondary creator. All these agents of creation, maintenance, and annihilation are incarnations of the material qualities of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is the beginning, the middle, and the end of all creation. For advanced education, there are various kinds of books of knowledge, such as the four Vedas. There are 6 supplements, the Vedanta Sutra, books of logic, books of religiosity, and the Puranas. So altogether, there are 14 divisions of books of education. Of these, the book which presents Adhyatma Vidya, spiritual knowledge, in particular, the Vedanta Sutra represents Krishna. Among logicians, there are 4 different kinds of arguments. Supporting one's argument with evidence that also supports the opposing side is called Jarpa. Merely trying to defeat one's opponent is called Vedanta. But the actual conclusion is called Veda. This conclusive truth is a representation of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. So let's leave that one like that. Let's continue.
Okay.
Aksharanam akarosmi dwadasa samasi kasyacha amivakshaya kalo dataham vishato mukha. Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compound words, I am the dual compound. I'm also inexhaustible time. And of creators, I am Brahma. Somebody want to read?
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Akara, the first letter of the Sanskrit alphabet, is the beginning of the Vedic literature. Without Akara, nothing can be sounded. Therefore, it is the beginning of sounds. In Sanskrit, there are also many compound words of which the dual word, like Ramakrishna, is called Dvandva. In this compound, the words Rama and Krishna have the same form, and therefore the compound is called dual. Among all kinds of killers, time is the ultimate because time kills everything. Time is the representative of Krishna because in due course of time, there will be a great fire and everything will be annihilated. Among the living entities who are creators, Brahma, who has 4 heads, is the chief. Therefore, he is the representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Prabhu. You can see these are self-explanatory. Here, Krishna is talking about time again, second time. You know, and this dual Krishna said of the is dual word among the compound. And the dual compound of all the among the compound. So like we have Radha Krishna, Rama Krishna, you know, all those dual compound. So it's Krishna. Radha, like you have Radha Krishna, Radhe Sham. These are dual compound words. So of all the compound words, Krishna is dual. Okay. And he mentioned here A is the beginning of the Sanskrit letter. Says the A. That is why Krishna name is Adokshaje. one who is beyond A and Ksha. Ha is the beginning of the Sanskrit alphabet, and Ksha is the end of the Sanskrit alphabet. So Krishna is beyond A and Ksha. His name is Adokshaje, one who is beyond the alphabet. So because any word you want to make, anyone you want to make in any language, it has to be within the alphabet. Any word you want to make in English language, it has to be from A to Z. There is not, you cannot make any word outside this A to Z. Okay? So similarly also in Sanskrit it's like that. Any word you are making is from A to Ksha. So but Krishna is Adokshaje, one who is beyond the letters. You know, his existence is outside the letters. So it's unlimited. Okay, let me see again. Another one who points there. Okay, let's go to the next. Any comments? Mritu Sarvaras Shahan Udbavas Udbavas Shas Bhavishatam Kriti Shri Vakchanarinam Smiti Meda Driti Chama. This Krishna is describing the glories of female here. I'm all devouring death. I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. So let's read just 1 minute. Which verse is that? That is 34. So the word Shri, fortune, refer to knowledge for a Brahmana, strength for a Kshatriya, and wealth for a Vaishya. When you say Shri, okay, possessing Vak, speech, the quality of fine speech, like Krishna mentioned, is reserved for one who speaks Sanskrit, a perfect language. Smriti, memory, is that by which one remembers his experiences. Meda, intelligence, refers to the capacity to retain Shastra, to memorize Shastra. Driti, steadfastness, refers to one who remains calm, even when there is a cause for agitation. Shama, patience, is the quality by which a person is unaffected by happiness and distress. So Krishna says, all these qualities, among women, I am this quality. So if any woman has this quality, then you are glorious. Okay. Also, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Even the principle, the unborn people, Krishna is talking about that. Okay, let's read the purpose. Somebody want to read?
Yes. Again, as soon as a man is born, he dies at every moment. Thus, that is devouring every living entity at every moment. But the last stroke is called death itself. That death is Krishna. As for future development, all living entities undergo 6 basic changes. They are born, they grow, they remain for some time, they reproduce, they dwindle, and finally they vanish. Of these changes, the first is deliverance from the womb, and that is Krishna. The first generation is the beginning of all future activities. The 7 opulence listed, fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience, are considered feminine. If a person possesses all of them or some of them, he becomes glorious. If a man is famous as a righteous man, that makes him glorious. Sanskrit is a perfect language and is therefore very glorious. If after studying one can remember a subject matter, he is gifted with a good memory or smriti, and the ability not only to read many books on different subject matters, but to understand them and apply them when necessary is their intelligence, meda. Another opulence, the ability to overcome unsteadiness is called firmness or steadfastness, driti. When one is fully qualified, yet is humble and gentle, and when one is able to keep his balance, both in sorrow and the ecstasy of joy, he has the opulence called patience, Shama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. I think it's self-explanatory one.
Yes.
35. Priyasama tata samnam gayati shandasama masanam margashishoham ritunam kusumakara. Of the hymn in the Sama Vedas, I am Priyasama. Of the poetry, I am Gayatri. Of month, I am Margashisha, November, December. And of season, I am the flower-bearing spring. Let's read purport. Matajis, wake up, wake up.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Please go ahead.
Purport. It has already been explained by the Lord that among all the Vedas, he is the Sama Veda. The Sama Veda is rich with beautiful songs played by the various demigods. One of these songs is the Brihta Sama, which has an exquisite melody and is sung at midnight. In Sanskrit, there are definite rules that regulate poetry, reading, and matters, and metta are not written whimsically, as in much modern poetry. Among the regulated poetry, the Gayatri mantra, which is chanted by duly qualified brahmanas, is the most prominent. The Gayatri mantra is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam because the Gayatri mantra is especially meant for God realization. It represents the Supreme Lord. This mantra is meant for spiritual advanced people. And when one attains success in chanting it, he can enter into transcendental position of the Lord. One must first acquire the qualities of the perfectly situated person. The quality of goodness according to the law of material nature. In order to chant Gayatri mantra, the Gayatri mantra is very important in Vedic civilization, and is considered to be the sound incarnation of Brahma. Brahma is its initiator, and it is passed down from him in disciplined succession. The month of November, December is considered the best of all months because in India, Indian grain are collected from the field at this time, and the people become very happy. Of course, spring is a season universally liked because it is neither too hot nor too cold, and the flowers and the trees blossom and flourish. In spring, there are also many ceremonies, commentaries, Krishna's pastimes. Therefore, this is considered to be the most joyful of all seasons, and it is representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Yutam chalaya tamasmi teja teja swiminamaham. Yayosmi vyavayasayosmi satam satwavatamaham. I am also the gambling of shit. I am of the splendid. I am splendor, the splendor. I am victory. I am adventure. I am the strength of the strong. There are many kinds of cheaters all over the universe. Of all cheating processes, gambling stands supreme, and therefore represents Krishna. Okay, don't start gambling now. You say because it's Krishna, okay? As the supreme, Krishna can be more deceitful than any mere man. So if Krishna chooses to deceive a person, no one can surpass him in his deceit. His greatness is not simply one-sided, it is all-sided. Among the victorious is victory, is the splendor of the splendid. Among the enterprising and industrious is the most enterprising, the most industrious. Among adventurers is the most adventurous. Among the strong is the strongest. When Krishna was present on earth, no one could surpass him in strength. Even in childhood, he lifted Govardhan Hill. No one can surpass him in cheating. No one can surpass him in splendor. No one can surpass him in victory. No one can surpass him in enterprise. And no one can surpass him in strength. That is Krishna, the person we are serving. Vrishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhanajaya Muninamapi Aham Vyasa Kavinam Ushana Kavi. Of the descendant of Vrishni, I am Vasudev. Of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa. And among the great thinkers, I am Ushana.
Papa.
Somebody want to read?
Yes. Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead, and Baladev is Krishna's immediate expansion. Both Lord Krishna and Baladev appeared as sons of Vasudev, so both of them may be called Vasudev. From another point of view, because
Babuji,
yes,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Please, what is the difference between this Vasudev and this Vasudev? Please, let us do this. These two Vasudev.
Yes.
What is the difference between this? What is the difference between these two Vasudev? This one and this one. Can you see my this one?
Yes, yes.
And this one. What is the difference?
Okay. The first one, the A, the A, there's nothing on top of A. The first Va, the other one is Vasudev.
Thank you. So what it means is that, you see, Baladev appears as the son of Vasudev. So when they see any Vasudev that is not a long A, is referring to the Vasudev, the father of Krishna.
Okay.
Whenever you see this Vasudev with long A, he's talking about Krishna, which means is the son of this Vasudev. You know, Vasudev means the son of Vasudev.
Okay.
It's very technical. I'm just saying, let me show you so that we can all learn from it today, okay?
Yeah, it's not a problem. Very, very.
That is why in the beginning of Bhagavatam, can somebody open the beginning of Bhagavatam if you have it there? Let me try to open it. I want to show you something. Although you have not started reading Bhagavatam, let me show you something to tell you what you will be meeting in the future when you start reading, when you register for Bhakti by Baba.
That's the beginning of Bhagavatam.
Yeah, I want to show you the beginning of Bhagavatam.
Okay.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I want to show you something. So in the beginning, text 1 of Bhagavatam, this thing comes again. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is very, very important, actually. This prayer that started this Bhagavatam is very, very important. They say, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. It is explained by the acharyas that why yesterday is starting Bhagavatam with this Vasudev. You see this Vasudev now is long. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So he said, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Why is it saying Vasudevaya? What did we say the meaning of this Vasudev with long A? What did I say?
Yes, Prabhu, he said that it is it refers to Krishna himself as I mean the son of Vasudeva without
Okay, very good. The Krishna,
yes.
the son of Vasudeva, that is what it means. Thank you. So
Yes.
here, Vyasadeva is opening the Srimad Bhagavatam by saying, I offer my respect to Vasudeva, who is the son of Vasudeva, who is the son of Vasudeva. That's Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva. Why did he have to say he's offering respect to Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva? He would have just simply said, Om Namo Bhagavate Narayanaya. I offer my respect to Narayan. Narayan is the supreme, it should be the supreme. Or Om Namo Bhagavate Vishnave Nama. I offer my respect to Lord Vishnu. Everybody knows that, why is he mentioning Krishna as the son of Vasudeva? This is what make Bhagavatam stand out. Most Bhagavatam special. Because Krishna, that supreme God, we are talking about, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the middle and the end, is the son of Vasudeva. Is the son of Vasudeva. Okay? Narayan is not complete. Vishnu is not complete. In the Nectar of Devotion, it is mentioned that Krishna has 64 qualities. Narayan has, or Vishnu, they have 60. So the 4 qualities that differentiate Krishna, son of Vasudeva, from other Vishnu form is childhood pastimes, playing his flutes, dancing with the gopis, okay, and one other pastimes like that. These 4 qualities make him differentiating from these other forms of, like Narayan or Vishnu. Because only Krishna has a childhood pastime. Only Krishna plays flutes. No any other of his Vishnu or Narayan. Only Krishna plays flute. So this son of Vasudeva is, when we talk about the supreme, the Alpha and Omega, the supreme God himself, he happens to be the son of Vasudeva. That's how to differentiate him. Okay, so let's go back to our today's, sorry, just a little bit, just to talk about this difference between Vasudeva and Vasudeva. So Prabhu, continue, sorry.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you very much. Okay. Okay, from another point of view, because Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, all the forms of Krishna that appears elsewhere are his expansions. Vasudeva is Krishna's immediate expansion. So Vasudeva is not different from Krishna. It is to be understood that the Vasudeva referred to here in this verse of Bhagavad Gita is Baladev or Balaram, because he is the original source of all incarnations, and thus he is the sole source of Vasudeva. The immediate expansions of the Lord are called Swamsa, personal expansion. And there are also expansions called Vivinamansa, separated.
Vivinamsha, yeah, thank you.
Vivinamsa, separated expansion. Amongst the sons of Pandu, Arjuna is famous as Dhananjaya. He is the best of men and therefore represents Krishna. Among the Munis, or learned men, conversant in Vedic knowledge, Vyasadeva is the greatest because he explained Vedic knowledge in many different ways for the understanding of the common mass of people in this age of Kali. And Vyasa is also known as an incarnation of Krishna. Therefore, Vyasa also represents Krishna. Karvi are those who are capable of thinking thoroughly on any subject matter. Among the Kavis, Oshan Shukracharya was the spiritual master of the demons. He was an extremely intelligent and far-seeing politician. Thus, Shukracharya is another representative of the opulence of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we read the last one, then we stop at here. I think it is very close to the end. Gora Shakti,
Yeah, Prabhuji. So there is some point in the purpose that I would like to mention for clarification.
please
So,
go ahead.
yes, thank you, Prabhuji. It is to be understood that the Vasudev referred to in this verse of Bhagavad Gita is Baladev or Balaram, because he is the original source of this. Okay, I thought that Balaram is rather the brother of Krishna, but here they say that Balaram is Krishna. So I'm a little bit confused there.
Yeah, thank you very much for asking that question. Balaram is Krishna. Krishna is Balaram. Balaram is not different from Krishna. Okay, so when Krishna wants to perform the pastime of expansion or creation, he expanded himself into Balaram. So all the expansion in both the spiritual world and the material world, they are all coming from Lord Balaram. That is why Lord Balaram is the one maintaining the material universe. Like this, for example, Lord Balaram expanded himself into the Chateau Vioha. No, first of all, expanded himself into the Mahashankashan. The Mahashankashan expanded himself into Chateau Vioha. Then you have the Vasudev, Prajumina, Aniruddha, and Vasudev, Prajumina, Aniruddha, and what is the other one? The last one, the fourth one, Shankashan. Thank you, Shankashan. So these four quadruple. Then Balaram expanded himself into the fourth quadruple. Form of expansion. Then from that Shankashan, he expanded himself into Mahashankashan. Then from Mahashankashan, he expanded himself into Mahavishnu, which is the creator of this material universe. You see, everything is coming from Vasudeva. That is why when Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 5:18, somebody can read. Can somebody open it? I'm trying to confirm whether it's the right verse.
The humble and gentle
5:18. It's not that one. Oh, then it's not the one. Where Krishna says, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. What verse is that? Anybody remember that? Vasudeva Sarvamiti.
I think 7:9 or so.
Thank you. It's 7. Yes, in 7. Check 7. Check the verse in 7. Read it.
So be fast now. Bahuna.
Pabu, you are there. You are hiding yourself. We catch you. You can. Pabu, if you know the verse, tell us so that we can go there direct now.
What I quoted was wrong.
It's 7:19. It's 7:19.
7:19. Yes.
It's 7:19. I know it's something around 19:18, but it's 7. Thank you. So 7:19. Let's read it.
Yes.
Bhaunam Jamanam Ante. Gyanavam Ma Prapadyante. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudulaba. So it is mentioned here that Vasudeva mentioned here because At different points in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentioned the different, different names of Krishna are mentioned. Like when he talk about I am Bija Prajapita, he's talking about Lord Shiva. Okay, so in different verse, Krishna is referring to a particular aspect of him. So when it is mentioned that when he's talking about this Vasudeva Sarvamiti, he's talking about Lord Balaram. Just like here also, this verse we are reading today, Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport that this Vasudeva mentioned is Lord Balaram. Okay, so because Lord Balaram is the source of all other incarnation. Okay, Lord Balaram actually is the supreme servitor Godhead. Lord Balaram is the expression of Krishna to serve and fulfill all the desires of Krishna. Are you getting the point?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm getting the point. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
So do you understand the point of the position of Lord Balaram now?
Yes, Prabhuji, I understand it now. Thank you
So
very
Lord
much.
Balaram is a very special form. Krishna is black, but Lord Balaram is white. Yes. So Lord Balaram is the supreme God himself. It's not different from Krishna. The only difference is just the color. Lord Balaram is Krishna himself, but Lord Balaram is a form of Krishna to fulfill Krishna's desires. In terms of manifesting the spiritual world, material world, that is the duty of Lord Balaram. Is also, we have the Sandini potency of Krishna, which is the one in charge of Krishna knowing is the Sandini potency of Krishna is potency of Krishna for Krishna to know himself and to cause others to know him. This is the energy of Krishna. Then we have Ladini Shakti, that is the manifest, that is Shrimati Radharani, which is the pleasure potency of Krishna. Krishna wants to enjoy, he has the pleasure potency, which is in the form of Shrimati Radharani. And Samvit is the one that the sustenance existence of the spiritual world is the energy of Krishna that is sustaining the spiritual world. So all these potencies, this energy of Krishna, they are there to satisfy Krishna pleasure, to give Krishna pleasure. Okay, so Lord Balaram is a form of Krishna, not different from Krishna. That is why Lord Brahma used the example of candle. One candle being lighted by another candle. I don't know, maybe you understand that analogy. It's very simple. When you understand that analogy, you understand all the incarnation of Krishna. When you understand that analogy, you understand all the incarnation of Krishna. Lord Brahma means that one candle is many candles being lit by other candles. Do you understand the point? It means that the candles, do they have different powers from each other? I want to answer now.
No, Prabhuji, they don't have the same power.
No, yes. Thank you. But the only difference between the candle is that one candle is one who is lighting the other, is it not?
Yes, it is.
So that is the position of Krishna and all his other incarnations. So there's nothing like, okay, Lord Balaram is less Krishna, or Lord Shankarshan is less Krishna, or Lord Vasudeva is less Krishna, or Lord Vishnu is less Krishna, or Mahavishnu is, no. Are you getting the point? But the only difference is that one candle is one lighting other candles. They burn differently. So it's not like, okay, because Krishna has expanded himself into Lord Balaram. So Krishna is one controlling Lord Balaram. No, it's independent. It's burning on his own. When you understand this analogy Lord Brahma used in the Brahma Samhita, you understand all the incarnation of Krishna. It's not like because Krishna, Mahashankarshan is the one, Mahavishnu is coming from Mahashankarshan. So Mahashankarshan is the one controlling Mahavishnu. It's not like that. Or because Gabodakasha Vishnu is coming from Mahavishnu, so it's controlling Gabodakasha. It's not like that. They are all carry out the duty, their own duty that they manifested for, and they are doing it independently. They are all the supreme God himself, independent of other form of
Hare
God.
Krishna.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Yes, Stephen hands was up. Let's take Stephen first, then we go to Approval Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yes,
Yeah, we're already
exhausted our time. Yes.
Going ahead of our time, but we'll take this question before we stop today. It's okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. So there's something that triggers my mind in the purport. It goes, Ushana, Shukacharya was the spiritual master of the demons. He was an extremely intelligent and far-seeing politician. So, and he represents Krishna also. And we've come across so many times that the politicians are deceitful. They can't be trusted. They are diplomacy. Like, they say different things and do different things. So Shukacharya, being the spiritual master of the demons and also being the representative of Krishna, what is the connection there? Is it Krishna in a form of deceit, or I want explanation on this Shukacharya with connection with the demons? Hare Krishna.
In the beginning we said the best of anything represent Krishna. Doesn't mean that Krishna is that thing. I don't know, maybe you got the point. If you don't get that point, you will not get all these opulences of Krishna. You will not understand it. And then I use a pillar carrying the house, holding the house as an example. I ask you the question. In the house, what is representing Krishna in your house now?
The pillar.
Because there is one out in the house. So the best of everything in the universe is represent Krishna. That's why you say, of the beast, I am lion. Okay, you say of the rivers, I am Ganges. So in the demons, among the demons, their teacher is the best of them because he's the one giving them intelligence. Okay, Sukracharya is their teacher, is their spiritual master. Like I told you also, is it yesterday I was explaining it? Just when we talk about the demons and the demigod, doesn't mean that is bad. Like the way we see them in this material world, they are just different species who is not. They don't, bow down to Lord Vishnu. I mean the demons. Okay, but they are in their own species. They are created to try to enjoy this world. That is these demons. Okay, they don't bow down for Lord Vishnu. But that does not mean that, like, yes, Sukracharya is mentioned because he's a very good politician. He's the guru of the demons. So he has to tell them how to play politics to sometime overthrow Indra from heaven. So because Sukracharya is the best of the demons, is their teacher, he's representing Krishna. So that's why I made that statement that any best thing in this universe represents Krishna. Best thing of everything in this world represents Krishna. That is why Krishna is showing Arjuna how you can see him in this world like that. Okay? Yeah, Approval Prabhu.
Yes, but maybe I can keep this question for next week because of time. Or I should go ahead.
Yes, so, okay, we can go ahead till 15 minutes. We have 5:06.
Okay, let me make it brief, Prabhu. It's just like the analogy of one candle lighting the other one. And they are coming from the same source and are the same thing, in other words. So is it not going to conflict the idea of having Krishna as the supreme? So where do we place him? If we now see other sources of candle, like the demigods, the gods that Krishna has empowered.
No, we're not talking. No. When we talk about this candle, we are not talking about the demigods. We are talking about the Vishnu Tattvas.
Vishnu Tattva. Okay.
Vishnu Tattvas. Vishnu Tattvas. All the Vishnu Tattvas.
Okay, I got the message.
Yeah, when Lord Brahma was talking about the candles, he was not talking about demigods, he's talking about Vishnu tattvas. The Mahavishnu, the Shankarshan, Vasudev, all the Vishnu tattvas. Vamana Dev, Varaha, what about all the incarnation of Krishna?
Okay. In other words, like
yes.
there are people who may want to worship Varaha, for instance. Are they worshiping? Is it authorized?
Yes, yes.
Like,
Varaha is a form of Krishna. Yes. Okay. If you are worshiping Varaha, you are a Vaishnava.
Masya, all the different incarnations.
Yes. Any incarnation of Lord Vishnu. They are not, that is why the candle is used. They are not less in potency. It's the same Lord Vishnu, his name Lord Krishna, Vishnu himself. They are not, they are the same. The only difference is that one candle is one lighting others. That is Krishna, who is the source of all the incarnations. Ete Chamsa Kalam Pumsha, Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam, Indrari Vya Kulam Loka. Bring that until you get again. Yes, that is it. So Krishna is the source of all the other incarnations. But that does not mean the other incarnations to be less powerful than him.
Right, thank you very much.
Only in rasas that they are different from Krishna, because in rasa we can only play with Krishna. Okay, you can only play with Krishna. You can dine with Krishna. You can have Krishna as your baby. You cannot do that with Vishnu or Narayan. It's all on reverence. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, boss. Yes, sir. You pay obeisances. But Krishna, you can play with Krishna. You can climb on his back. That is why Krishna is different from all the other incarnations. Okay? So we stop here. Shlabaupadike jai vanchaka patarubyascha kripasindu vacha patitanam
pavanubhyo vaishnavibhyo namo.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
The time was